Hey everybody, remember to read the disclaimers if you have any questions. And remember that everyone who supported me on Patreon got to see preview images, work in progress shots, and high resolution images of the completed figure. If you want to join them, the link is right below. Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001, and as I work retail and the holiday season is upon us, I have been much busier and haven't had as much time to make my toys as I'm used to. But I have slowly but surely been working on them, and I finally managed to finish one. This is Kiana's commission for Rouge the Bat. Yes, we all know I've made Rouge a bunch of times, and I actually have a lot of different ways to make her too. And this is yet another original way I came up with it. The base figure is, of course, still a silver figure because this one's being used in a stop motion. I wanted to try and make sure that everything on it, works as much stylistically as the existing Jazzwares figure, so she'd blend in. But I did use the 3D printed model of the head because, quite frankly, making all the details of Rouge's head and looking really good is kind of hard, and this is the best way to make it look as accurate as possible in the shortest amount of time. Unfortunately, my 3D printer isn't quite perfect. I still need to learn how to tweak more complex models to make it print out good. When I made that 3D printed model for my cousin back in June, I went through so many bad prints to make that work. And even then, there were flaws in it that I wasn't happy with, but, other people just didn't notice it, I guess. But I saw, and they hurt me. So like I said, once I made the print, I just filled in the weird lines and cracks with epoxy and made it as smooth as possible before painting it up. And that gives us a Rouge head that looks much more accurate to... it basically is the video game model printed out physically, so it's about as accurate as I can possibly get it. And the only thing better is if I can figure out how to make it look smoother. I really think I'm going to have to learn how to use some relatively complicated 3D modeling software, and that's going to take some time. Fortunately, the shoes are a much easier print. I think it's because of their shape. They start narrow at they start thick at the bottom and narrow up as you go up, instead of being a ball, so, it's just much easier for my printer to see, I guess. And, I adjusted them to attach to Silver's legs. Basically, Silver's ankle pegs are glued onto the tops of these shoes, and then I used epoxy to sculpt over everything to smooth it out, and then painted it to, look like Rouge's legs. It's actually a pretty crisp job, all things considered, and even I have a hard time picking out exactly where the 3D printed part ends and my hand sculpting begins, so that's, I'm gonna call that a win. For reference, I left the length of Rouge's leg the same length that Silver's leg would be if it was still wearing the shoe, so, this figure would basically stand at the proper height. The hands were pretty simple. At this point, there's no more 3D printing. It's all just hand sculpt, and it's just doing the best I can to hide Silver's glove cuff and make it Rouge-y with those bicep length opera gloves she likes to wear, and that leaves almost no room for her arm because of the figures the action figures aren't all rubber hosey, and you get what I'm talking about. The torso, of course, is Silver's, carved into a more hourglass shape, and I actually used one of the botched 3D prints to make sure I got the proportions right. And Rouge actually is this busty. I actually compared it to the 3D model, and I got the size right. So nobody accused me of inflating her, because this is what she actually looks like. And last is the wings. They are a little bit bigger than the wings that I usually make out of craft foam. I wanted them to have that unfurled look like the 3D print that I made, because when Rouge opens up her wings, they're actually quite a bit larger than they usually appear, because she has them semi-furled behind her back when she's just walking around. But, all that being said and done, let's take a look at the completed figure. And here she is! Isn't she pretty? Yep, that's That's a Rouge. You know, I really, really wish that they would just get another official figure of her. Like, you know, I do like being the arbiter of who gets to who gets to get Rouge figures, as I'm the guy that makes them and then I send them out. But I want everybody to have a Rouge figure, and I can't make every Rouge figure in the country for everyone that wants one. So come on, like Jack's Pacific, you got the license now. I will buy the Rouge figure even if she's a bendy. Give me a bendy Rouge. I will take that. But really, Jax, I would like it if you guys would just go ahead and make like articulated Sonic figures that are 4 inches tall to go with your old Nintendo line. Can you do that, please, Jack's Pacific? You could do it. There's a market for it. Like, how many of us need to promise that we'll do it? We'll buy them. I promise. Anyway, that is Rouge the Bat, and thank you all for watching. This is Wake Angel 2001, signing off.